All right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Guys, we are on a 5 day. I've double checked, not just three. I thought it was three initially during the live stream. Then I thought I saw four, but after looking in detail, we are on a 5 day red streak. And we're starting to see this little bit of a blip here in the P&L curve. Not ideal, man. From 78 to 75. Sometimes it's like if I could read the future, I would just not even trade. You know what I do? Forget paying any sort of bill or debt. I'd go to the mall. I don't really have debt anyway. I don't have any debt, like any bad debt. I have good debt. I've been managing very well over the years. I have good debt. Nothing that I need to attend to right now. But I take this $3,000 here and I'd go to the mall and I'd go shopping. Maybe I should still go to the mall and go shopping and then maybe, be down 6 grand. Okay, let me stop. That's not the way to look at it. That's not how it works. You know, it's so interesting, man, because after hanging out with the day trading team house over these last couple of years, we understand the concept now so clearly of what it means to live and what it means to understand that we can earn more. Not that we need to be responsible, but we can live life on our own term and know that there's more to come because the market is so fruitful. It's such a blessing. And if you guys are seeing here, I have on my Dow Jones hat. This was handed to me by the Einstein on Wall Street, by the way. The guy that looked like Albert Einstein, that same gentleman handed me this hat when I was walking in with the guys from Velocity Clearing, aka, Guardian. Shout out to those guys, Nick, Craig, and the team over there. I still have my Guardian account, although I don't use it as much as I should. I still have it. I know Marcelo loves his. He uses it a lot more than I do. But I didn't plan on starting this recap like this, but what happened is that my screen recording records this screen up here. And my dad, where's Das? Das looks like it was exited out. But yeah, so, being that the equity curve is up, I said, you know what, let's do it. But typically, I'm recording this screen down here. Right now, let's really officially get into the recap, guys. Remember that day trading is, of course, risky business. A lot of traders are having a hard time, so stay safe out there. Take it slow before sizing up. Do not rush the gun. Do not jump to conclusions. Do not believe that you're Superman on the first day, all right? Like any other industry, business, or career, it takes time to go through an initial learning curve. And for some people, it might be 6 months, others 3 months, some others 4 or 5 years. You don't know. So the best thing to do is to go slow first. Then once you get the hang of it, increase the risk. Other than that, remember, copy trading does not exist here in this live stream and YouTube recaps. It's all about learning the strategy over time. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers, so stay safe and be careful of fake Relentless Trader accounts. I will never message you first randomly for no good reason. With that being said, let's jump into today's recap. Relentless Trader, how in the world are you red 5 days in a row? And today being one of the biggest red days of these days, down 1,300. The game plan today was to come in and to try to get green and to take it slow and not overdo it. But we found ourselves down 1,300 in what felt like just a few trades where we were looking to keep it tight. VSEE red 629, ATNM red 300, LYT red 291, and TENX red 128. Man, I tell you, I love day trading. I love it. I'm always going to stay positive and have an open mind. But sometimes, I do fold my fist like this and it's like, man, let the guy who just mugged the grandmother walk through the door so that I can go one-on-one with him in a telephone booth. I want to unleash my furiousness on a bad guy. But, that's not how it works. Gotta instead, have resolve, acceptance. Almost sounds like I'm looking at the Bible and these are the type of words that you'll see in here, right? Have clarity, have focus. Because ultimately, that's what will help me to get back green, right? What you don't want to do is have frustration, anger, hate, regret. You have to channel the energy in the right direction. All right. So That's the first lesson here today in this recap, to channel all the energy. And even on the successful days, right? Because we don't want to even let that energy lead to overconfidence and arrogance. We always want to channel that energy in the right way. So, right now I'm rejoicing and I'm dancing, knowing that, man, on that first hot day, brother. Man, I can, it's like The Rock in WWE. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Relentless Trader's cooking up, man. He's cooking up the meanest stew, and I can already see the future. It's just a matter now of doing the right thing, which is the next segment of this recap, talking about me sizing down for tomorrow. I don't know if I want to say trade or rehab, but I'm going to size down a little bit to ensure that I do not continue to bleed out at a fast rate. We're down 3,200 on the month to start. That's not ideal. It is one solid green day for us, but still, we don't want to let it get out of control. All right. So, in terms of technicals, you know what? Let's just jump into archives today. Today's a day. I don't usually show the archives on the YouTube stream as much as in fact, in the past, we kind of did a lot, but these days are a little more tight. So, VSEE, we pulled this thing up. We had that massive green candle. And right here, let's see, initially on that first candle, we have a low of 53, high of 75. I want to be watching here to potentially place an order to get involved. We're holding above the $0.50. I want to see myself being a little faster here to try to hit the bids around 55 to potentially get in. If not, I can miss a potential trade here. So right here, for example, I want to see myself placing an order quicker. In the moment, perhaps I was thinking break below 50 to try to get the entry closer to VWAP. But from 75 to 55 is a fair pullback, which is worth an entry with a tighter stop. I can always re-average at 45 or 46 if the stock is to continue to trend down before bouncing. So right there, you can see we're seeing like 67, 65 on the ask, which would have been a nice place to try to hit the ask to sell if I'm in at 54, 53, 55. So I'm already seeing there an opportunity. So, we're going to get up here. It's a little choppy towards 70. We're not smooth at this level, right? There's some green, but, are we going to be able to push through? 62 on the bids, and we can see that this looks like it's rejecting. 54 again. And I think right here in the moment is where I'm going to get a little caught up, because I'm thinking we're going to pull back more, and we're not. But again, it's why we need to be reactive. I use that word a lot, but sometimes I'm not following through super well with what it means to be reactive, right? Right here, we're not seeing a ton of red printing, and so I could have, again, placed an order at 57, 55. And look at where we are right now, back to 70. So there's two trades. Let me not get too crazy here. How low did we go here? That was twice, and there was a third time. I should have already been in. I need to be more aggressive towards that type of trade, regardless of if I would have loved to see it come down a little lower. 56, 55, 53. Got to be a little bit more aggressive there. So I didn't take the dip. It does come back up. I'm skeptical of the breakout because we had a resistance at 70. So I'm like, if we can get through 74, 75 and hold above 70, that's where I'd be a little bit more interested to go long. So right here, I'm going to try for the breakthrough 80. I'm going to try 78 area. Can we get to 85? It's struggling. I'm going to try again. Going to get a nice fill in there. Can we try again through 80? And you can see, I think I could have held that trade right there a little longer. But we can see it's just sideways here. And then it's going to go. I think I could have held that second trade a little longer. But it came down. And you can see, right, we're above that resistance point. But we're not going to get the follow through ultimately. I think I might have sold. Let's see, how did it go? I think I'm in. So I was thinking this trade right here, I didn't need to sell it as quickly as I did. I could have instead held this a little longer to see. I'm gonna cut it right there, 71, and then I'm gonna buy back right here. Or did I sell half? No, no, no. Okay, I sold half. Never mind. I sold half. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. It's not immediate, so I cut the risk by 50%. But then right here, once it does break below 70, it's going to come down so fast that I'm going to get caught in the drop here. So right here, I'm not convinced yet, but right here is where it starts to hit. Right here's where okay, I'm going to cut it, try to get 67, but it's at 60. You see how quickly it came to 60. So I'm going to get caught that full 10 cents. That's like my first loss. But again, I missed out 2 trades down here. Actually, let's go back, because how's this green candle bottoming wick look? You know what? This particular one, so I wanted below 50. I'm gonna get below 50. I remember this stock is gonna resume in like 10 seconds. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna watch the resumption, and there it is. There's the resumption. So you can see, like, right as this thing was like down there, we resumed, and I was watching this one. So if we look at this resumption, it wasn't bad. Like, yeah, my mouse cursor is over here. It wasn't bad, but it was spready. Volume was a little lighter. Watch this right here. So it's gonna go. No. Okay, it's gonna dip first. We have 08. But look at the spreads. 08 by 40. 35-cent spread. 35 cents. So right here, I'm like, okay, I gotta wait, gotta be patient. And it from 15 by 50, and then 85. Oh my goodness, as I'm sneezing here. If the spreads were tighter and we had like 08, we had like 08 by like 24 or something, I would have took that trade and would have been trying to sell the ask up there at like 50, 60, 70. So this thing is just gonna rip up to 80. Not gonna be able to do anything about it. So I'm gonna miss this. My goodness, what's going on? Hold on. Okay, I kind of lost my train of thought there a little bit. Oh yeah, the resumption, missing this dip that I really wanted up below 50. Just a terrible sequence there. And also not good that we didn't take the first 2 dips. So, I can already see that I'm missing trades. I tried to break out. The breakout is no good. Did I try to dip down here again? Let's see. Okay, so initially I took 66, thinking we were going to get a bit of a higher pullback. That's not going to work. Did I re-average 55 or 50? Right there, I'm going to try, thinking we were going to curl. I'm giving it a sec. We're still here. Okay, good cut, good sell, good sell. Let's see how much it comes down. Volume's kind of like low here. Okay, there's some volume. Brother. $52, and it looks like I'm gonna ease off a little bit. I'm kind of like adjusting the screw. What the heck, man? It looks like I'm gonna ease off, like gonna give it a chance to bottom out, but it's like that was already the bottom. So that's gonna be on me. It's not an extended long pullback and grinded like 45, 48, 50. It's just back to 52 and right back up. So it's like if I'm gonna try to buy back there, that would have been a good area to get this move back up to 68. But there was a small spread there. Definitely could have tried to attack those lows. Again, like, so you see how many times it's coming down here, and I'm being reluctant to buy at 55. Again, so look at this again, right? From 55, sometimes it's not rocket science. From 55 back to 70, and this time back to 80. So this is 1, 2, three. Let's count this one still because you know VWAP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times. 6 times. Let's say I've made an average of 6 cents. We're gonna go very low. 6 cents, 30. That's 36 cents. 1,500 times 0.36. 540, and that's just with 6 cents of gain. 540 in potential gains if I'm to take all of these dips down there. You know, being reactive, man, it's the way to go. I'm hoping every time to get more selling pressure and more of a bottom, whether 45, 48, whatever, but that's not the case. And sometimes that lighter volume pullback where we stop seeing red at all, sometimes that's the place to get in. Sometimes that's the place to get in. And so again down here, again, well, this time it's a little higher, but still. And then the breakout, we try for the dip here. So I'm going to try the same trade again, which is, can we hold above 80? If we do, well, 70 rather. If we do, I'll take the dip and I'll try to get the move back up. Looks like I'm going to only fill 170 shares. I'm only going to fill 170 shares, which is just not going to cut it, sadly. So this is essentially like a breakout trade, and we're not going to get to connect properly. Right here, we're going to watch to see if it wants to get all the way up to 4. And if it does, I could take mid-80s for a continued push. How well we're going to hold. I can see myself trying to get back in this area here. If it holds high. Oh, it doesn't quite hold super high here. But still, I mean, 77, 78 on the bids. I'm going to try lower 70. And I think this is where I'm going to get caught. So I'm going to try this trade again. I'm hoping here that the previous resistance becomes support. I still look at this as a bit of a breakout trade. Off the, a bit of a dip trade, but in a context of like a breakout, right? Can we continue to hold up on the breakout and move up? So it's taking a while for me to get fill, so I ended up just marketing, canceling the order and then marketing in right here where we had a bit of a tighter spread. And let's skip ahead here. So if you guys listen to the live stream right in this moment, I'm like, I think it's possible we could come below 70. But I'm going to look to hold to see if we can reclaim and then get right back up. I was a little too confident in the area. And right here, it's going to come down. And this is where I started to watch to see if we can hold up this level and bounce back quickly. So here's the bounce back. This is why, so you might say, man, it came down. Why isn't RT selling immediately like he usually would? Well, again, I had the thesis, let's not say thesis, the intuition that it could come down, but I'm not 100% certain of that. If I was 100% certain, I would sell and then get back in. But sometimes what happens, I can sell that area of low to mid 70s. It doesn't come down, and it does go 80, 85, and I kind of missed the trade because I sold thinking we might have had that drop, right? But anyhows. So we had 72 on the ask right there. So I was like, I'm not really panicking or anything. But it's like, if we can't hold 62, I got to cut this trade, which was our low right here. So I'm going to look to cut the trade the moment it starts to come down. Right here. Cut. I should have cut it. Okay, I did. Did I? Okay, where did the sell come? I didn't even see this thing in the side of my eye. So okay, right there. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But still, it's kind of like a much wider stop than I would prefer. So I'm not going to beat myself up for this trade in particular. But the other 6 trades, because, again, there could have been an offset, right? Even if I'm going to take this same loss and I did my job earlier in the move, then I could have easily been at 0 or small green or small red, like, $50 or something, rather than to being down 500 or, yeah, 560. So immediately after watching this, I can already see where I could have done better. Immediately, like there's no trickery, there's no nothing hiding. I can already see, okay, I missed the first green candle going up, and I'm not super confident to buy the dips right away at like 55, 57, and I let one, two, three, well, one, two, this one here, unfortunate that the resumption kind of came, but one, two, three, four, five candles. Sometimes I need to go back and slap myself behind the head because what the hell was that, man? Got to do a better job. Got to call my, the first thing you have to do as a leader is to take accountability, call yourself out, as an adult, man, woman. Only children get the chance to be able to slack off. And even then they still have to be responsible too, right? Especially once they start to get older. So, and then we're pushing 20 minutes. Okay, I'm not going to make it too long. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rewatch the rest of the stocks here before I go to sleep tonight. But as of VSEE, which was our biggest loss, about 40% of the losses, or 50%, about 45%, 40%. We definitely could have done better on this one. We definitely could have done better here for sure. Being more assertive towards those lower entries and positioning ourselves for a better chance of being green, man. So it's already 20 minutes, man. It felt like it was 5 minutes. Jeez. Maybe I need to go faster next time. So that's gonna be the first stock. Let me just see quickly on the charts here. And LUMN, which was one of the higher float stocks when I was shutting it down. I mean, what a massive move. This move here was decent after I was leaving out. From 425 to 490. Slow grind. But it seems like after hours was where this thing really took off. From 460 to 960. Wow. This is what we really want into the open, right? Or the first hour, first 2 hours into the open. It's rarely where we would usually see this type of move. So, but this is the market. From time to time, things will happen. ATNM. Where did we lose on this one? Let's just double check here quickly. ATNM. So it looks like we kind of missed this first push going up. Let's see. So I'm long at 33. This looks like I'm looking for the high of day trade here. Looking to keep it tight. If we can get over 37, 38, that would be great. Not ideal. I'm going to get the fill on the ask right there, trying to get back in for 33. I might just take that loss. Yeah, I will. If I'm in lower, I can give it more time, but kind of in on the ask there. We are going to get 40, but it seems like it's struggling. I think I'm going to aim for a dip here. Let's just fast forward for time. So let's see. And this is good. One thing I wrote down yesterday is hey, if you miss the first dip, buy back lower. Try to get the second dip. So I bought 26 thinking this was going to be the dip. It wasn't. Take the loss, get back in again quickly. So I'm back in again, 18. And there's a spread there. We had 18 by 27. When you get a fair fill in there, which is why sometimes you still want to just hit the bids, man. Fast forward. I'm in at 22. I'm going to buy 14, 500 shares. My average is now at 20. But this is going to chop me out. Let's see. How low did it go? Did I cut again? And I think 3 times might be too many. I'm gonna try twice. I'm gonna take a scratch trade at 19. Okay, that was decent. We had a scratch trade there. But if that was a loss, I think trying to get back in again might be a little too many times. So I tried for 15. And it went down to 12. And this is what I call too many times. But this is too many times, and there's a bid that kind of convinced me, 32,000 shares. So when we had some selling pressure and it didn't break down, I got long, and it just, it's one of these areas where if that bid wasn't there, I would never be looking for the trade. And we're so extended to the downside here. It's like, is it worth it? I sold scratch, and then I'm gonna try again. But this is, again, too many attempts. At this point, it's like I'm forcing it, right? It's too many attempts in this area here where we're not seeing a bounce. Ideally, twice on the 1 minute pullback. If I want to say twice on the 5 minute pullback, but I don't need to be in here so many times. So watch this. So I bought back 3K shares. I'm gonna sell 1,500 because I'm like, it's still not bouncing right away. And I'm hoping if it does come down, I can just get right back out at 8, 9. I do see the seller there at 10. And that should have told me just to leave this thing alone, right? Especially since we didn't break that seller right away, right? Because how early did the seller come? Fairly early, right? Fairly early. 17 by 13. If we come back some more. So initially we had 31,000 or 33,000. The seller's not there yet. I bought, and right here the seller's gonna come. 13,000 to sell right at 10. Right there, if I didn't already have all the signs in the universe right there. So this again is me being a little stubborn here. Doing a little too much, leading to an unnecessary loss of 9 cents with 1,500 shares. Gotta keep it a little tighter. Meaning more discipline to not even be in this situation in the first place, right? So this is how you got to rewatch your videos, drill yourself. You can't hold back. Whatever you see that's good, okay, great. Whatever you see that's nonsense, you got to go back. Hey, slap yourself upside the head. What type of nonsense is this? Tomorrow you know what you need to do. Tomorrow I know what I need to do to have a better day, to have a better result, right? This is how you end up staying relentless. This is how you can keep pushing and going the distance. So again, we're pushing 27 minutes, not to go too crazy. So we're going to shut it down here. Hey, check out those links down below. Remember, if you want to get involved in the classes, if you want to get involved in the chat room, these links are all available down below, all right? You can see right now it's 7:44 p.m. and as of what? 7:30, just still people talking about stuff, still sharing ideas, still, giving each other information. Judge had some lag. It seems like they're talking about wiping the memory so you can have faster and smoother, gameplay, right? Or not gameplay, but trading. So, information is still being shared. You always have the profit loss section to come and see how the community did as a whole, right? So you guys can feel free to check it out. Mighty Putty getting closer to big boy P&L. Way to go. Nicely done. We had a mixture today. We had some people red. We had some people green. It was a bit of a choppy day these last few days. A little choppy. Triad, one of the mentors, saying 74 bucks. But red mentally, flat after commissions. I'm in the red 1300. Green Dream, who usually does pretty well. Small green today. Marcelo holding it down for us, though. Marcelo holding it down for us with some high accuracy trading. So also a good idea for me and the rest of you guys to check out his archives tonight, right? Check out his archives if you haven't already. Tim saying he didn't have a great day, down 2K. So again, it was a bit of a mixture. We had some people green, we had some people red. Lucas, who's been doing really well, also red today, right? We had some people green, some people red. Kind of just a mixture today in the chat room, right? So, Cactus holding it down. Beam finished red. Beam also usually doing pretty good. So, again, a little bit of a mixture. So check out the chat room, right? That link is down below. Check out Momo Pro. That's the scanning software that I use every day. That's where I get my watch list from, and the Hive Day stocks, the halted stocks, high-low halt levels. Guys, code Relentless for 25% off for Momo Pro. And lastly, if you're interested, because I gotta look all the way up here. I got this thing on one of my other screens. If you're interested in learning how to trade, and you like my style, Marcelo, Tim, Triad, check us out. Check us out here on MMU. We have different packages. You guys can come down to this diagram, see what's included. We have silver, which is $17. We have gold, which is 96 bucks. And also now you will have access to the chat room if you're a gold student. So also consider checking out gold, right? There's Triad's trading archive, there's Tim's trading archive, and then there's Diamond, which is a little bit more pricey, but it includes everything. All right. Utilize coupon code STATION for 40% off. And in honor of this coupon, we will be giving away a traveling trading setup. A traveling trading setup at the end of the coupon, which will expire at the end of August. One of you guys who utilize this coupon code will win a traveling trading setup, just like you see here and just like you see in all of our videos whilst we travel and trade at the team house. Other than that, if you are an MMU permanent member, right? Because if you guys scroll down on the website, you'll see there's also an option to become an MMU permanent member. If you're a permanent member, you don't have to worry about purchasing a raffle ticket for the coupon. So remember, did I say that correctly? You don't have to purchase a ticket to enter into the raffle. So what we're gonna do, just to explain properly, for those people utilizing Code Station, they'll be entered into the wheel automatically. For existing students, you guys can purchase a ticket here for $10 to enter into the raffle. Now, we did it like this because we believe that the existing students has already, more than likely have a trading station. But the newer students coming in right now probably don't have anything to really trade off of, right? So we're looking to, but if you're someone who don't have a station, you can always purchase a $10 entry. Or if you want to purchase 10 entries and go crazy, you can do that as well. So if you're a permanent student, like I was just mentioning, your name will be entered into the raffle automatically. You don't have to worry about it. The one-on-one coaching, we're thinking about adjusting the price. More on that soon. But in terms of the permanent students, you guys will be entered. And for those of you who might ever consider doing this, gold, not gold, diamond is a reoccurring subscription yearly, right? This is the diamond price here. And again, there are coupons, but yearly, it's a yearly subscription. And if you want to save money in the long run, because if we're being real, most people are going to take years to learn, right? There are some added perks. The permanent students will have access to come on our traveling experiences, right? Our trader meetups. When we do launch our first seminar / boot camp, they'll have free tickets. They'll always have free entries into the raffles. And when it comes to one-on-one mentoring, they're going to have special perks in the side of that, right? Because as you guys know, we've changed the structure with the one-on-one mentorships. But my nose is so stuffy. This medicine, this molasses I just drank, it's not working. Molasses and some other stuff blended up. I'm going to get out of here. I sound like a broken record now. And it's 32 minutes of a recap. Man, shout out to this Dow Jones hat. And shout out to the Einstein, man. We're loving it. We're looking good. We're feeling good. Tomorrow, small size and green day. All right. Stay safe, stay green. I'll catch you guys next time. I am out like South.